All right, y'all. As y'all can see, we about to get it rolling. Here it is Thursday morning, the actual day of my wife's birthday. And I'm getting ready to get started on this brisket and this leg of lamb. Later in the day, I'm gonna have patches running with the ribs on it. And probably even later, I'll be doing chicken on OG. So that's the plan for today. Right now, I just got my coals getting hot in Angus. And while it's getting hot, you see I got a piece of wood on the top of the firebox, just letting that get hot. So when I put it on the coals, it'll just catch right up. But I'm gonna get back to it and start getting everything set up, and then I'll show y'all my meat prep. All right. All right, y'all. So today, here's how the cook is gonna go. You saw I got one log in there in the firebox right now. I'm gonna cook this brisket real slow and low to start off, and then I'm gonna ramp it up and get it really hot, probably about halfway to cook or whatever. This is not gonna be sliced brisket. The leg of lamb is not gonna be sliced leg of lamb. Everything my wife wanted tacos. So we doing brisket tacos, we doing lamb tacos, we doing chicken tacos. I didn't get any pork shoulders because we're gonna do ribs, and some of the ribs I'm gonna intentionally cook till they fall off the bone, and we're gonna do tacos with the rib meat. We're gonna do some fried fish. A lot of that fish that I caught this spring, we're gonna fry that up also. And plus, I may or may not do a like a venison sausage, but it won't be anything that, well, some of y'all may have seen it before. I've did them before where I put them on a shish kebab stick, but I make them like a bacon deer corn dog kind of sort of, because they're on a shish kebab stick, but they're round, they're covered in bacon, and they're grilled. I may do some of those, who knows, because I get a little carried away sometimes when I cook for a lot of people. But that's what it's gonna be. Everything is gonna be pulled. I am gonna slice some of that brisket and probably set it to the side just so I can have a few slices, and maybe even do some burnt ends. I don't know, but the plan right now, she want tacos. She get what she want. So that's what the plan is for today. All right, give it y'all in a little bit. All right, y'all. We're getting ready to start this very short trim on the meat. I got a prime brisket from Costco. I caught this thing on sale back in March. I think it was, yeah, March, either late February or March. And I only paid $66.02 for it. At that time, it was $4.29 a pound. That was the best deal I had ever seen on a prime brisket at Costco. And it definitely does not look like it was hacked up like the one choice brisket I had got that time with that big divot. And then my wife then bought into me a leg of lamb that was on sale. Actually, I take it back, it wasn't on sale, it was given to us by a friend that got it at I think this was a Sam's Club. But it's Thomas Farms out of Australia. And it's a boneless leg of lamb, so that'll make it, I guess, pretty easy. to deal with. I don't have to debone it myself because that's what I was gonna do. But like I said, both of these are gonna be pulled. I am gonna take some slices off of the brisket, just for myself, because I just like the way that brisket is when it's sliced. As far as prep goes on both of these, I'm taking off very little fat because it's gonna be pulled, so I really don't mind having the fat on there. So let's get this cryo cut open. And get this baby ready to rock. And my table is clean and disinfected, like I tell y'all all the time. It's sanitized. I cut meat on this table, I put it up, I keep it covered up because it gets really dusty in here. Trying not to spill all this blood out, but that seems like that's gonna be inevitable. All right. And there it is. Set that over to the side. So yeah, this is a pretty good looking brisket. Not too bad at all. I'm not worried about aerodynamics and all that today because, like I say, this is gonna be pulled. So what I am gonna take off though is I'm gonna take off a lot of this decal because who wants to eat that? It's the hard fat. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna keep some of it. Yeah, that'll render nice. The way that feels, that's gonna be real nice. And I'm gonna keep some of it because I'm gonna mix it in with some venison. Try to keep it moist like that. My trim job is not gonna be typical brisket style trim. I just kind of want to take off some of the little parts that may try to burn, get crispy on me. I don't want it burnt up. There's still a lot of fat down in that decal. Way more than I thought. Some people trim with a boning knife. Some people trim with a breaking knife. Some people trim with a fillet knife. I actually like using fillet knives. This that I'm using right now is my outdoor, what is this again? My outdoor edge. I use this a lot when I process deer and stuff. I take it with me if I go hunting somewhere that's not here by the house, so I can field dress easy and not have to drag so much weight out of the woods. All right, I think that's about, dang, that's a lot in there. I didn't think it had that much. Had way more than I thought it did. Shoot you. Way more than I thought it did. Yeah. I tell you, this brisket has a lot of marbling. A lot of marbling. It's gonna be all right. All right, as far as the fat cap goes, I may take a little bit of this off. I do want some fat to stay in render with it. I don't know if y'all ever had California burritos, and particularly Southern California. I'm talking about like San Diego, San Ysidro, Chula Vista, National City. Those tacos, man, the way they do their beef sit up in that tallow all day, man, and just keeps marinating in that stuff after it's been cooked. That is the best tacos and burritos you can have, in my honest opinion. I've eaten Mexican food from the top to the bottom of California, and it's like the farther you get away from the border, the more different it gets. But the San Diego area Mexican food, I don't think there's any other Mexican food in America can stand up next to it. And then when you go to Mexico, I think Baja, Mexico has the best, in my opinion, has the best Mexican food in Mexico. They got the best of in Mexico, in my opinion. Because I've been on the Gulf side, I've been on the Baja side, and haven't got to get to Mexico City or anything yet where I can try it out in the central part of the country, but may get to do that. Okay, so as far as the brisket goes, that's gonna be that on that trim, y'all. It ain't pretty, it ain't beautiful, but it's gonna be sufficient for what I need it for. That amount of fat is gonna render down and leave me a lot of juice. I may have to take off some of this mohawk. I don't know how much of that is gonna render down. Yeah, let's get some of that out of here. All of this would be good for me to keep for tallow and to use in venison sausage. I used to use a lot of pork fat in my venison sausage, just mixing venison and pork together, but I like it better with beef fat. It seems like it's more akin, the meat itself is more akin to what beef would be, in my opinion. So I just try to stay using stuff that is more closely akin to it. All right. And y'all know what I forgot? I forgot to bring a roll of paper towels down here with me. Give me a second. Matter of fact, give me about 4 or 5 of them. All right. We're back. So now, we're going to go ahead and get this baby seasoned up. All I'm using is what I always use. My SPOG. You can call it SPOG. Salt, pepper, onion, garlic. That's all I'm using. And mine is a little bit more onion forward than anything, followed up next by the garlic, then the pepper and the salt. I'm trying to lay back off the salt, but this it's got enough in it for taste, but this makes an absolutely ridiculous rub. So I'm just gonna coat it liberally. That onion and garlic smells so good coming out of here. I got 16 mesh ground black pepper in there. And I got sea salt as my salt. And this is a big piece of meat, so you can go pretty liberal with your rub. Oh, gotta get a little bit over here. I like to make sure every bit of it is covered really good. Now, like I said, I like to go heavy. See, something about that oniony, garlicky taste on beef Man, oh man. All right, we'll pat that in a little bit. Huh. Maybe, just maybe, I need to slice out a little bit more of this fat over here. You don't feel that at first. That's pretty hard. That is not gonna render. Yeah, that's a real hard piece. Yeah, that piece is real hard. It ain't gonna render in the smoke. All right. Now let's flip this baby over. All right. Let's hit this meat side. I think this is about the best looking brisket I've cooked. This will be my, let me see, I think this is my 4th brisket. And each one of them just gets better and better and better. But I tell you what, I'm becoming a big fan of. I'm becoming a big fan of cooking a prime rib like a brisket. Y'all, tell y'all what, when I cook that prime rib like a brisket, I may insert some pictures in this video to show y'all how that thing looked if you didn't see it before. Man, after that thing rested a little longer, even after I had cut it, something happened. All of the juices came back. It was weird. I know I'm talking crazy, but it was weird. That thing just, even after it rested and I cut it and let it doggone sit again, man, when I came back in, it had a color change on it from when I very first sliced it. When I very first sliced it, it just looked like cooked beef. But then, after it rested after being sliced, which is something I think I did on accident, that thing just took on a different color inside the meat. I don't think you can put too much of this rub on. I really, really don't. It's just that good, and it's not as high in salt. And plus, with a big piece of meat like this, what does it matter? It's gonna all get pulled. All right, we're gonna let you hang out right there for a second. And now, we're gonna deal with this lamb. But first, I gotta get my ingredients. Give me a minute. All right, so what we're gonna do is, we're gonna come over here in one of my planter boxes, and we're gonna get some fresh ingredients for the lamb. We're gonna get some of this mint. We're gonna get some of this fresh rosemary. We're gonna get some of these peppers. Yeah, I said peppers. And that's what we're gonna put on that, baby. So I'm gonna start off by clipping me some of this mint down here. Give me a few stems of that. This mint and this rosemary has grown very well for us. I like it a lot. I don't want to overdo it with the mint. So that ought to be enough. But who cares? It's going to be in tacos. And we'll get some rosemary. You can't beat fresh herbs. You just can't beat them. I think I get one more sprig of rosemary. I'll be using rosemary also on the chicken. And we'll go ahead. We'll pull us a few peppers. Probably about 3 of them ought to be enough, because I ain't trying to burn nobody's mouth up. And that's, oops. This is the ingredients that's gonna make up part of the seasoning. If y'all could smell this right now coming out of my hand, whew. Let's get back to it. Okay. So now we got our fresh herbs. We also have some thyme that we got at the store because I did not grow any thyme this year, but that's okie dokie. All right. My vegetables don't get sprayed with herbicides or nothing like that. We try to stay as natural as we can with our stuff. Every now and then I might sprinkle some 7 dust on stuff, but like on these herbs, you don't need it. They're a natural deterrent from pests. So you don't really have to worry about that. These peppers, nothing gets on them. So all of this stuff is good to go just like it is. If you smelled what I smell right now, you'd be like, oh my goodness, what in the world? This smells unbelievable, y'all. So, all right. So I believe the first things I'm gonna chop up is these peppers. And because it's tacos, that is the only reason I'm doing peppers. Because it's tacos. Gotta bring a little something to the party. And I only got 3 because I really didn't need a whole bunch of them. I've never cooked lamb. I've been watching a lot of videos on people doing it. One of my favorite videos I saw for somebody doing it was a old boy from Meat Church. And can't remember his name right off the bat. But the way he did his lamb, if y'all get a chance to check that out, Matt with Meat Church. The way he did his, he made gyros, or euros, whatever you want to call them. And he smoked his till an internal temp close to 200. It didn't take him all day because it cooked a lot quicker and it was deboned. So for me, that's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna prep this lamb. I'm gonna put it back in the cooler, and it'll probably go on about, I don't know, maybe 4 hours into the brisket cook. It's early in the morning right now. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I got up at 6, did what I needed to do, and now I'm out here doing this. Since it's the summertime and we got all of these long days, why not start your brisket cook in the morning? I probably chop everything up a little bit finer. There's a pepper over here, okay. Man, this smells unbelievable. This rosemary and this mint. Oh my goodness. It's probably enough. Let me break it down a little better. I use the rest of that rosemary and then some more on my chicken as part of the recipe. If y'all want to ever try any of this stuff that I cook, I do believe I'm gonna start leaving the recipe, because when I cooked that chicken those 2 times, and I gave chickens away to people just to test, to see if it would make the menu for my wife's birthday, people were asking me over and over what the recipe was. And I was not really wanting to give out my recipe. I'm a hoarder of recipes. But I believe I may put this one out there. It's simple, it's easy, and it is absolutely beyond delicious. I like using my chop and serve when I got a mince or dice or anything like that. Man, oh boy, let me tell you about this smell. Sonny Jim, let me tell you what. This right here is on something. This is on another level. All right. We got all that crunched up. Chopped up. I think I said it before, I wish you could smell through this video, smell-o-vision or whatever. Man, this stuff smells phenomenal. Just trying to get it diced up a little quicker. Now we'll do our time. A little better, not quicker per se, because I don't rush. That's why I'm cooking the day before, so I don't have to rush. Is this gonna give me a headache? Oh yeah. Fresh thyme. Say that. Just like everything else. Fresh ingredients make all the difference in the world. You can buy ingredients that have been processed, you know, dehydrated, powdered up, all that stuff, and that flavor will never compare to this, ever. I don't care what you do, it'll never compare to this. Now, I don't go on specifics. I use my nose a lot when it comes to these seasoning, and I can tell you right now, this ain't nothing to play with. All right, and the peppers that I used were serranos. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side. Set you on there. Set you on there. And now it's time for the lamb. Okay. Give me some gloves on. I like using cotton gloves under my nitriles, because when I pick up hot stuff, it makes it a lot easier to deal with. All right. I may have to tie this mug in butcher's twine. I don't know. Oh. That's already in a net. That's cool. I don't know how much I'm gonna trim off of this as far as fat goes. So it's got a little fat cap right there. When old buddy from Meat Church, when he did his, he did a bone-in leg of lamb. This is a bone leg of lamb, so it ain't gonna look like his did. But I'm gonna put my thing on it and see what it turned out like. It's a hard piece right there. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start trimming that baby around through there. And a lot of people I saw, they said use mustard on the lamb to get rid of the gamey taste. Because lamb and goat, they both have gamey taste to them. I'm not gonna use mustard as a base on here, simply because I want to taste the essence of the lamb, and most of the people that I know that are coming, that eat lamb, that cook lamb, they don't use mustard as a base. They're expecting it to taste the way a lamb should, as far as it being having its unique gaminess. So I'm not really worried about that too much. Let's take a little bit of this off. Anything that feels hard, I'm just taking that off. You don't really want too much of a fat cap on here anyway, because you don't want your herbs and seasoning and stuff to fall off when it starts rendering down. So a little hard piece right there. Some people might say something about silver skin. It's gonna all get broke down in the tacos, people. It's gonna get pulled. So it doesn't really matter. I was thinking about getting a couple of sheep and a couple of goats. I grew up eating a lot of goat meat. We used to kill goats a lot when I was a kid, barbecue them. So I'm very acquainted with goat. I haven't had any good goat in a long, long time. When I say a long time, I mean like a very long time. Okay, that's gonna be good enough. A little hard right there. It ain't a pretty trim job, but like I say, it ain't gotta be pretty if you gonna pull it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make me some little slit marks in this, because I'm gonna put some of those herbs down inside this. I ain't cutting all the way through. I'm just cutting down into it a little bit. That sounds like a little ice still. Yeah, that's a little ice still. But I just want these herbs to get all off in here. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shed a glove. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. Some people would say, well, why don't you use an oil or something for a binder? And listen, I would, but this meat is moist. Everything gonna stick on it. Okay. So I'm not really worried about that. The smell, oh my goodness. This smells so good, y'all. It smells so good. All right, now all I'm gonna use on this extra is the SPOG. That's it. Then I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator for a while, or back in the cooler for a while, and let it sit there and marinate with all of this goodness on it for a few hours, and then we're gonna put it in the smoker with the brisket. I can't wait to make me a taco with this. Yes, I'm going liberal on this as well. I like to put on, when I do big seasonings, big herbs and stuff, I like to put them on first. Somebody else on the video said the same thing that I was thinking. The reason I did it all of this time that I do it is because I want that stuff to actually be my base seasoning, and I don't want it to bounce off of all the little seasoning, and I don't want the little seasoning to be the base of it. Like salt, pepper, onion, garlic, I don't want that to be the base seasoning for my lamb. I want you to taste those fresh ingredients first, and then the other stuff secondary. I'm sorry, y'all, excuse me. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had something going on over there real quick. I heard something, I had to check it out. This just looks and smells. Even in this stage. I love my chop and serve knife, y'all. I've had this thing for almost as long as me and my wife have been married. We bought this set of this stuff back, I think, when we had our first apartment. And this has been my favorite knife ever since. All right. Well, we're getting ready to put the brisket on the smoker. We're going to get this baby put in a tub, well, in a cooler, and let it go ahead and soak up a lot of this, and we'll get back to y'all in a minute. All right, I just put on a fresh log. It was on that one log and just a handful of charcoals to get that log started. My temperature is, till I opened the firebox, it was sitting right on top of 200. So I'm starting off low and slow, and then I'm gonna bring the temperature up and slowly, because I want to dump a lot of smoke on this brisket first. So that's the plan. And then probably about I do a temperature check on it when I start seeing it rise close to stall mark. When it start getting around the 160 to 170, then that's when I'll go ahead and start putting a little more heat to it. But right now it's dropped down because the door is open, and like I said, I just put a fresh log in and that baby caught right up. So we're gonna get this brisket on. All right, our temperature has got back up over 200, so we're gonna go ahead and put this baby on. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sit him right here. Did I go? I'm sorry, I got to turn it over. I'm meat side. I want to be fat cap. There we go. Thick end toward. And we're gonna let that baby rock and roll, do his thing. All right. Get back with y'all in a little while. Peace. All right, y'all, we back. We done hit the 2-hour mark that this puppy been in here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. See, man, that firebox is going. That wood that was warm in that big joker, it is smoking now. Well, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Are you helping your dad today? Yes, you are. It's time to check the brisket. You ready to check the brisket?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, let's take a look, see. All right, y'all. I started it off about right at 200. Right now it's just about 280. That's because I had put some fresh wood on. I had to go get all those tables and chairs. So we're gonna open it up now. The temperature is coming down, but we're gonna take a look, see. All right, there she is, coming on around. Yeah, buddy. Yep. Yeah, that smells so good. We're gonna let that baby keep rocking and rolling. We ain't worried about no spritz or nothing right now. We're just gonna let it keep doing its thing, and we'll check back in with y'all later. All right. Home is where the heart at, and also where the fish at. Why it's late. It's where them crappy at. Steven at y'all again, Batman GA Outdoors. Gonna take a look, see real quick at this brisket. It's been almost 4 hours. The temperature, I done bumped it up about 275 right there. And we're gonna look at it. All right. We got some moisture starting to happen. Fat starting to render. And I think I'm getting ready to put the lamb on because we are past the 3-hour mark. Think I'm gonna go ahead and get my lamb put on. That's looking pretty good over there. This old blocker piece is doing pretty good. I might have to scoot it over a little bit looking at this edge. This ain't rendering over here yet, so I might have to go ahead and slide it over a little bit. This backside where the heat exits up into the vertical, I got to keep an eye on that because that can be a hot spot. But for the most part, everything is looking pretty good around this baby. It's coming on. It's coming on. Yes, indeed. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that lamb on now. I'm probably gonna put that lamb over there on that back side, and I may shift this this piece also, this brisket also. So let me get the lamb. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put this brisket over toward the back. Hey, that's hot, that's hot. Give me a second. All right, I had to get my cotton gloves. Yep. We're gonna lay that baby right there, and then we're gonna put the lamb on. We're gonna lay this baby. We're gonna put him a little bit forward. Right there. Ooh, that lamb smells so good. That smells so good, y'all. Alright. And we start the clock on the lamb right now. Alright. We'll come back and check on everything later. All right, y'all, we're gonna check the temp on this thing. We've been rocking steady between 250 and 300 for the last 6.5 hours. So let's get a temp check on this thing and see how it looks. We got that lamb on there now. Brisket looking pretty nice, coming along. And I'm gonna cook it all the way to temp, and then I'm gonna wrap it. I'm not gonna wrap it in or anything if it's at stall temp or broke through the stall. I'm just gonna temp it and see how close we are to 200. And when I hit 203, 205, I'm gonna put it in some foil, wrap it up real tight, and I'm gonna let it rest. All right, so let's get a temp on this instant read right now. Ooh, 185. Boy, that slipped in nice. Golly. 175. 185. Man, this thing is almost done. 176. That thing is so nice feeling on this probe. Let's check this lamb. This got a ways to go. It's only been in there about an hour and a half. 141 down there. Let's see what it is up here. 145. So we got a ways to go with the lamb. But it's looking good right now, y'all. I'm gonna let it ride on out, and we'll check back in with it later. All right. All right, y'all, let's go get a look at it. baby, it's pretty. Woo. Let's temp it and see where we at right now. Oh man, what a bark. 187. 180. Man, it's slipping in so easy. Oh my goodness. 187. And we're gonna look at this lamb. Lamb got a way to go. It's still tough. 170. 154. 130. Yeah, that lamb got a ways to go. But I say that brisket probably should be ready in another hour. I'm getting ready to put the ribs on over here. All right, let's check our temp on old Patches. Right now, this baby's sitting about 275. That'll work. Perfect. No smoke hardly. Very, very light blue. We're gonna go ahead and get our ribs put off in that baby and get them going. We'll give y'all a look, see at what they look like. Okay. All right, y'all, now we're gonna get these ribs put on, get them put on Patches. They've been sitting there soaking up this rub for a while. So I got 9 slabs. There's no way 9 slabs are gonna fit on here. So I'm gonna put them on here. Having troubles today, y'all, with meat side on things. I don't know what my deal is today. But I'm gonna see how many I can fit on this joke. I ain't never really pushed the limit of how many racks I could get on this thing before. Now I love cooking ribs on this thing. This reverse flow. I don't know, man, the way it cook ribs, it's probably because of that plate. But man, I just love the way it cook ribs. And my rub is real simple for these. That same SPOG, the spog. And then we got a little bit of a Memphis blend. And then we got a little bit of Lowry seasoning salt. So, okay. So I was able to get 5 slabs across there. I'm sure if I had more rack room down that end, I could probably bunch them up more. But I'm gonna leave them like that, and I'm gonna put these back in the fridge. So I'm gonna start my timer, restart my timer here. Before I opened it, we was right at 275, so we should be good to go. So we'll come back and check on these babies in a while. All right, y'all, later. All right, y'all, it's getting there. I just moved it. Right now we're gonna temp again. I turned them around, and we're gonna see what it's hitting on right now. Let's see. Boy, that slipped in so easy. That's saying 175, but good Lord, the way that feel. It's around 185. That point, because it was pointed closer, it's about done. Let's go in right here. About 175, I reckon. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at this lamb. Let's see what it's hitting on. Boy, it's got a ways to go. That baby tough. 160. Saying 192 up there, but it don't even feel like it. 150s. All right, so we're gonna let it ride out a little longer. Then we're gonna put it in foil. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that lamb in foil because it's done had more smoke than it probably should have had. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully it'll break on down, because like I say, all this gonna be pulled. So making tacos. So that's what we're doing. Brisket looking good. The ribs been on over here now for a little while. We still sitting pretty right on top of 250. Right on top of 250. And as you can see, they ain't been on long at all. So they got a long ways to go. Alright. But we'll check back in with y'all a little later. I'm gonna wrap this lamb right now. And should be doing this. This smoker should still be running with this brisket and this lamb for maybe another hour or so. I'm gonna crank the temp up real high real quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that lamb in some foil. And I'm gonna go on and push this thing over the edge. And then I'm gonna put the rest of the ribs on here. Alright, later. Alright, y'all, there she is, temping out about where I want it, maybe a little over in some spots, but boy, look at that bark. And I just pulled that baby off, and it feels so good. The little lamb over there wrapped up, it's at the temp I want it. So right now, woo, y'all hear that? So it's probably gonna soften up as it rests. I had a little bit run off right here, you know, from the fat rendering. But man, whoo, that is, golly, that fat is rendered. Boy, that is rendered. Awesome. I can't wait to pull that baby apart. I can't wait to slice into it first. But anyway, y'all, there she is. Give y'all a quick look at what these ribs looking like over here before I put the other ones on Angus. This is how they coming. I done flipped them and rotated them, spritzed them down. Earlier, they've been without a spritz probably for the last 30 minutes or so. And they just moving along right there, right around 250, 255, like I like it. It's gonna be a long night, but it's gonna be a good night. All right, y'all, that's it. I'll probably take a picture when I cut it open or something, but that's it for now. Later. Well, y'all, it is, what is it? It's 10:30 at night. And I am now at 14 and a half hours of cooking. I'm tired. I ain't done yet. I still got patches going. She got ribs wrapped in foil, and I got her running hot because these the ones I'm gonna take off the bones. And I got Angus over here with a couple of racks on, well, with 4 racks on him, and I got them going. So those that are on Angus, those babies have only been on there for, they've been on for an hour and a half. So I got a ways to go with them. I'm gonna sit out here till I get everything done. I've been contemplating on going ahead, firing up OG and doing the chicken tonight, but I don't think I want to run that hard tonight, cause I gotta get up in the morning. My brother's supposed to be here. I asked him to cook the fish. I got all the fish back there in that cooler, and it's thawing out. Been thawing all day. It's about 5 or 6 big gallon freezer bags of them crappie that I caught this spring up there in my little honey hole and at the little creek around the corner from the house. I'm tired. I'm ready to go take a shower and go to bed, but I'm gonna just hang in there. I feel pretty good. I'm just ready for tomorrow to get here and for it to be over. My wife them in there right now doing all the balloons and getting all the decorations and stuff together. Then in the morning I gotta get up and I gotta put this big old tent together. I ain't never put this tent together because one of our friends let us use it. So I'm gonna have to call him first thing in the morning and say, do you have instructions? Cause oh, but anyway, y'all, it's been a long one. I'll show y'all a little more later on. Later. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start breaking them down and getting bones out of these babies. So it is as simple as that. Just pull the bones right out. Since this is gonna be all for tacos. Ooh, that is so hot. So hot. Man, that's hot. I want to taste one so bad. I believe I'm going to anyway. But all the bones are just popping right out. So I'm going to do this to all of them. Get the bones out. And then I'm going to just shred them up. Well, that one came like that, so that's cool too. But the bones pull out of them pretty easy. I don't know how many racks I'm gonna slice up, but all of these are, whoo, that's hot. All of these are gonna be pulled for pork tacos. But that's what it is, y'all. I got the brisket in the cooler resting. You see all the bones done popped out of this one. Bones popping out of all of them. And they smell delectable. All right. Might give y'all a little shot of something tomorrow. All right. Peace. I think this is my new favorite pulled pork. Pulled ribs. Man. I don't think pulled pork can touch it. Boston butt. Shoulder, whatever you want to call it. I think this is the way I'm gonna do pulled from now on. Just overcook me some ribs till they fall off and then take them and pull it. Man, it's so good. Whew. I'm tired. And I still got 6 racks left to deal with. But I'm only pulling 2 more. All right, later. Good morning, y'all. Well, I'm tired. I cooked for 17 and a half hours straight, but now it's early in the morning. It's about 7:30, and it's time to cut this brisket. This thing has rested overnight, and it's time to see what it looked like. Gonna get it out of this foil. But yeah, it'll be all right. I can smell it already. My background may be a little noisy because I got that big fan going back there. I gotta keep the air moving in this barn. It gets hot in here really quick. There she is. All done up. Woo. Wow. All right. All right. So here we we go with the cut. I love that bark. Got some little crispy back here. A little bit over here, the parts that were exposed to the heat the most. But let's go in. Yeah, that separation about right there. Let's go about right here. Here we go. A lot of fat, a lot of juice just running up out of this mug. My smoke ring is not pronounced as well as I thought it would be. I don't know why, but it's not. All right, let's get a couple of slices here. Man, look, that juice is just running. All right, let's get a couple of slices of this lean. That's a thick slice, but it's okay because it's all gonna get shredded. It may get chunked up. Oh, I know it's tender. I'm just gonna cut a piece off right here. I don't do like everybody else. So, oh, that bull is nice. Feels like a roast though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just taste it because I'm finna get the shredding this bad boy up. Thank you, Lord. We bless the food and bless everyone on earth in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh yeah, that's something really, really good to taste first thing in the morning. Man, that is good. You can taste that onion and garlic just, that black pepper, the salt playing in the background just like I like it too. Okay. I'm gonna stick this piece in my mouth. Then we're gonna get a slice of that point. Okay. Let's see how this point does. All of this is going to be shredded, so I don't care about how thick I'm cutting it off right now, but I can just tell you that is effortless. I'm going to try this piece. That is the reason I have fallen in love with brisket. Oh my goodness. That fat, all that moisture from that fat, and you see, I did not take a lot of the fat cap off, and I did that on purpose because I wanted it to stay moist because I'm going to pull it. And it's going to be over warmer all day, and it's going to be sitting in that tallow. Man, that pool is so nice. Man, that onion. Wow. Okay. Slide that over there. Now we'll do this little lamb. See how it came out. By the way, the brisket was 16 I think it was 16.7 pounds. I don't know how much I trimmed off of it. Probably 2 to 3 pounds. There's about, man, that is gonna be good tacos. All right. This is what the lamb ended up being like. Oh, that smells so good. It's hard to smell with that big fan back there blowing everything straight past me. Let's see. Oh man. That is completely ready to shred apart. Look at that. That's what I wanted. Easy work. Man, that mint, that rosemary, all them herbs, oh my goodness. They're really, it isn't a gamey taste, but it's like the true essence of the lamb. You can taste that in there, and that is so good. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm going to get myself together because I got a lot to do before 5 p.m. I still got chicken to cook. I still got fish to cook. We still got sides to do. I got to put up a giant tent I ain't never put up before. I got to get everything set up, so I got to move. So I appreciate y'all watching. God bless. Peace.